You guys, alert, alert, alert. The moment we've been waiting for is over. And the all-new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is now streaming on Hulu. Yes, you heard that right. The wait is over. We finally get to find out what's going on with our favorite saints and sinners. Are Taylor and Dakota still together? Are Jen and Zach still dealing with the aftermath of their trip to Vegas? Will Whitney be let back into the group after her actions last season? Plus, Demi and Jesse drama, Layla's shocking discovery, Miranda's arrival to clear up the swinging scandal, and more. Listen, you guys, as last season was, this season is also a tangled web of jealousy, exes, and drama. And I cannot wait to binge watch. And I cannot wait to binge watch with you guys. It's going to be pure insanity. So don't miss it, you guys. Make sure to watch the new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, now streaming on Hulu.
I'm so excited to be here. Big fan.
Really?
Yes.
You're so sweet.
Like,
thank you.
When you messaged me, I was like,
I did like at the beginning of the,
yeah.
This season.
Told my mom immediately. I was like, you'll never guess.
You'll never guess. She was like, no, I actually won't guess.
Yeah. No, she loves you too. So
Oh.
I was so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much for having me.
How's it been going? Good? Well, we'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
Perfect.
That's what I do. I always want to chat before.
I know.
That's my sister, by the way, Ariel.
Hi.
I also hang out with my family all the time.
Okay, yeah.
You get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Honestly, there's no better people to hang out with.
I know. My mom used to live in my building. She used to live in my building.
Obsessed.
Now she moved to my sister's building, which is like a block away.
Amazing.
So we're all like,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
My sister used to have her own apartment, but because we're not from this country, you can't bring your credit from Canada to America. So you actually can't get an
People
apartment.
forget that Canada is like actually a different country and that like you have to become a citizen.
Yeah, like you have to. So
you're not that. You're like a work visa.
Yeah, so I have an O1 visa for like the last 10 years, but you have to renew it every 3 years. So now just recently in the last 2 years, my mom and sister have an O2 visa, but because they can't have credit here, like it takes a while to build, so they can't get an apartment even if they wanted to. Yeah, which is insane.
So how will they eventually?
Eventually they'll have credit here. Like over the last couple of years, they've been building it. So that's the most important.
But the credit helps you get
an apartment. Yeah.
And what about like a visa?
So
or you don't need one?
You need to have some sort of like visa or something to even get an apartment in America.
So
which is all crazy.
So what are they going to do?
So because they have their like work visa.
Okay.
Now they're in the process.
Oh, okay. So there's a process.
Yeah. So
the work visa. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It just takes time. So it's so funny.
So they're official employees of yours.
Yes. Yeah. So it's been crazy, but honestly, I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Because being in the industry for so long, like I've just had so many.
Wait, see, we're wasting stuff.
Sorry.
Shut up, Lexi. Oh, good. Never mind. Keep going. Keep going, Lexi. Never mind.
Okay, wait, we can just get back into it.
I know, we're just back into it. Lexi Wood is here.
Amazing.
No jokes about Wood. Never will I make a joke about that.
Okay, perfect.
I will say it's a hot name to have.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you so much.
It's like a stage name, but it's not. It's for real.
It's for real.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Do you love it?
I think when I was younger, I was like, oh my God, like another Wood joke.
Yeah.
And now I just kind of roll with it. I'm like, that's.
And it's Lexi, born Lexi, not like Alexandria.
Born Alexis.
Oh. You're not an Alexis.
That's the thing. It's so funny how I got my name. My parents thought I was going to be a boy, like until I was literally out of her.
Oh, because why? They didn't have like
they did,
or your mom didn't want to know.
I was always like posed weird, so they could never see what I was.
Yeah.
And because her pregnancies were so different from my older sister, she was like, "Oh, for sure, it's a boy."
Yeah.
Until I literally popped out, and she was like, "Oh my God,
But wait, it was supposed to be Alexis for a boy?
No.
Oh.
So they had I was supposed to be named Ryder. And then I popped out.
Wait, you would be a hot writer.
Right?
Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
Look at you. You're a writer.
I know.
I'm obsessed with it.
If my name was Ryder, I would be that bitch.
You would?
I would.
First of all, you're a writer. I feel like we should make it the middle name or something.
Something. I want to name my future kid that. But she literally got a baby name book. Yeah, she got a baby name book and Alexis was like the top name. She's like, yes, it will do. I like this.
So then when did you change it to Lexi?
They just always called me Lexi as a short form.
Yeah.
I was only
That's your
called like
vibe.
Alexis if I was like getting into trouble. They'd be like Alexis.
And still though, or no?
Not as much. I don't get into as much trouble.
Right. Your mom can't get mad at you at the clubs at 2 a.m.
Oh.
So you are from Canada. We were just discussing.
Yes.
She's Canadian.
I'm Canadian.
You can hear it sometimes when it comes out. Like you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Were you a huge Justin Bieber fan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you know like where he lives?
It's actually funny. My great aunt and uncle lived the town over from him. So like I have to drive like through his town to get to my great aunt and uncle's house. So yes, I did. And like they knew of his family and
poor Justin
crazy.
Bieber.
I know. He's such like a sweet guy too.
I know.
So.
But I feel like he'll be okay. He has Haley.
Yeah, I agree.
He has Haley.
Yeah.
So wait, tell us about your first how you got to America story.
Okay. So I was 17 and I was living I'd just gone to Paris. I was living in Canada and an agency in Miami was like, we want you to move to Miami for a little bit and build your portfolio here.
How did you start modeling though? Like you got approached or?
Yeah. So it was when I was 10 or 11 years old. My sister actually bought a camera. And she was like, oh, can I take pictures of you? We did this, like, we creative directed this shoot that was like me wearing ball gowns in a construction site. And we just loved the contrast. And my dad was just showing his work friends, being like, oh, look how fun the girls, like,
yeah.
It's so cute. It's so fun. And then his work friends' kids were in modeling.
Okay.
And I was so shy, I like would not speak, like ever at all. So then his work friend was like, you should get Lexi into modeling. Like maybe it'll help her get out of her shell. She seems to really like it. And then they sent it in, like the president and owner of the agency immediately called my dad and was like, when can I meet this child?
So you were 8?
I was 11.
11.
Yeah. And then I met her the next day and she signed me basically on the spot. And then I think my first job was like 2 days after that. And I just loved it. I was like, oh, this is where I...
Were you confident? Because you said you weren't like a big talker, but did you have confidence?
It's funny because I feel like I didn't ever think about confidence. Like it's not even that, like, I was just really shy.
Yeah.
I was just a shy kid.
You feel like you still have that a little bit or no?
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely be a little bit more recluse if, like, that's the word, right?
I don't know. It sounded really fancy, though. I love it for you. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely be more like...
Now you're scared to say it again. Yeah, reserved.
Yeah, like reserved.
Yeah, like into...
Let's use
yeah.
that one. Yeah, so I can definitely get in my head. Sometimes I'll literally to this day give myself like pep talks. And
before
be like,
you
got this.
So your sister, first of all, that's really sweet that from a young age, she kind of thought of you as like her like muse.
Yeah, we've always been best friends.
Do you have jealousy ever? Like, does she get jealous that you're, doing all this stuff, that you're like gorgeous model?
No, she's so brilliant. She's so beautiful. She's literally the coolest girl I know. And she loves being like behind the scenes. She loves it so much. She actually wrote for like Galore magazine and she used to work for Talentless. And
so you guys don't have the same dreams?
No.
Yeah.
Which is always so great. We can just really support each other in both ends of the industry.
That is amazing.
Which has just been like a dream come true.
So it's only 2 of you, right? Yeah. We're 3 sisters.
So jealous.
No, yes, but it probably wouldn't have been the same. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't for sure be the same. I feel like sometimes when there's 3, there's more like, because imagine the third wasn't into this industry and then she would be just the 2 of you. So I think
2 is good. You're like, from my experience,
no. Me and my sisters were just together all the time. We fight, but it causes a lot of drama.
Yeah.
I feel like that works for you, the 2.
Yeah, Tiffany and I are so opposite that it ends up just, even where we are so different, we so embrace each other's differences and learn from each other's differences.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And she's like your second mom, it seems like.
Yeah, she's just, I don't know. We've just always
How much older is she?
Close. Only 3 years.
Oh, only 3 years.
Yeah.
So what first job brought you to America?
So I was just an agency who was just like, come to America. Basically how it goes with modeling is your mother agency, so at the time mine was in Toronto, they would kind of set you up with agencies worldwide. You just have a meeting and then they would just decide if they wanted to sign you or not. And then they would probably move you to where that is just so you can build your portfolio there. So I started when I was 17, the day of my 17th birthday, I moved to Paris.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Miami.
Yourself.
My sister came with me just because at 17 you're not allowed to go to Europe alone.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then I moved to Miami. My sister came with me again because I was 17. And then I moved to New York. And
wow.
then,
And your sister came too?
No.
Wait, did she not go to college because of it, or did she finish college already?
She went to college and just took a semester off.
Yeah.
And then she ended up just staying off.
And you, from the get, knew that you were just going to pursue modeling and not go the academic route.
Yeah, I feel like I just always had this like gut feeling in my stomach that like I just would never give up.
Yeah.
So I just never have.
And you had 1 million followers before you joined Summer House?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you were...
Yeah, I was already doing modeling, influencing.
Yeah.
And like a lot of things that I'm currently working on, I got way before I was even on Summer House. Which has been really cool to kind of like share this journey with those clients too.
Right. So how did Summer House, because we all know, maybe you won't say it, but when they introduce a new person, it's always like, it's Amanda's friend from the one time they met, you know?
Yeah.
So that was the connection. You knew Amanda kind of from out and about, but tell me a little bit about the process of getting on. When you got approached about it, were you like, ooh, or you were like, ee? Like, what was your reaction?
At first, I feel like, so Amanda asked me to go on like 2 years ago.
Oh, so she did?
Yes.
She did?
Yeah.
She said, come to our share house. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she asked me. At the time, I hadn't really known anyone else on the show. So I was like, maybe not. And then just through social, I met Paige and Sierra.
Okay.
Which I was like, okay, at least now I have a little bit more familiar faces. So when I was approached, I was a little bit more open. But I'm going to be so honest, like I fully thought it was fake. Like I was like, this doesn't seem
I don't want to compare you to someone. Oh, you thought it was fake,
like the casting.
Oh, okay.
Not the show.
Okay. Because I remember Jesse said like he didn't know what to expect when he came on.
Okay.
And then he was like, it was legit. So you thought the email. That's how I am, by the way, when I get huge opportunities. I'm like, okay, who's trolling me?
Yes.
Yeah, that just
exactly
means we're humble and sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get the email, think it's fake.
Yes. I was actually in Key West. I spent a lot of time in Key West. And I was like in my bikini, like being a beach bum. And I was like, there's literally no way that this is real. And then it was, which is crazy.
Wait, when they said accepted?
When they said, do you want to cast for this?
Okay.
I was like, And then it was like one of those gut feelings where I'm like, you know what? Like I talked to my mom and sister because they manage me. And I was like, I think my mom was like, I just have a gut feeling it might be like actually Amanda, like your Amanda show. So wait,
what do you mean? Sorry, you didn't know that this was the same thing Amanda was talking about?
So they don't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't actually say the show's name.
It just says
name.
Bravo show?
Yeah, I think it said Bravo show, like filming in the summer.
Okay.
Like ongoing, same cast vibe.
Okay.
But it gave like not that many details.
Okay, so your mom had a gut feeling.
Yeah, so she was like, I feel like maybe this is the show that Amanda was talking about. And then she was like, maybe just take the phone call. It's 30 minutes. Who cares?
Yeah.
I took the phone call and immediately they were like, amazing. We want to send you to the next round of casting. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I did the next round. And then I think that there ended up being like 4 or 5 rounds of casting. And then they called me and they were like, welcome to the Summer House.
And were you excited?
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was like, this would be so fun to deepen friendships with people that I was familiar with and to just like make new friends. And I feel like it was something that I felt like it would like push my boundaries.
Yeah.
Which I love to do.
And did you ever get approached about a reality show before aside from Amanda?
It's funny. I don't know.
No.
No.
Yeah. I'm thinking like what the Bachelor could have approached you, but they probably knew that like you were too qualified for that.
I probably fall in love within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So because when I think about this season, I really think about Hirsch, like it was literally like you walked in, adorable, beeline to the kitchen, met Jesse.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, him and Wes were the only 2 people in the house at the time.
Right. Lexi Wood, the joke, next scene, you're like, starting your thing. Like, it happens so fast. Do you tend to do that in relationships too? Like fall deep and hard?
Yeah, I feel like that's always been my experience when guys kind of go for it. They really go for it full force.
Yeah.
Which I really like. I like it when somebody makes their intentions clear.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I look for.
So that like turned you on, Jesse. Wait, did you see him last summer on the show?
So I didn't watch the show. I only tuned into like maybe 2 episodes.
Oh,
last
really?
season
Okay.
When I got casted.
Oh.
And they were just like
You know, people aren't going to believe that you.
I know.
I know.
I know, but I
it's true.
didn't.
Okay.
I really genuinely didn't. I ended up going back and watching only a couple episodes, but it was really important to me. And it's been like this my entire career, even aside from Summer House, to never look too much into people or whatever, because I always wanted just to have like an authentic
Like a clean slate
experience with them
Yeah.
and have them share with me what they want me to know.
Okay.
So that I didn't go in with like a preconceived idea of this person, or I knew too much about this person, but the internet only shows so much of somebody.
Yeah.
So I always really, really wanted to just be like, okay, I actually don't know much about anyone.
Wait, so did you see Jesse and Wes like being the new guys last summer?
Yeah.
Like you did see that?
Yeah.
And did you think like Jesse was hot from before?
Yeah, I thought he was good looking.
I feel like there's nobody that I know that isn't taking Nutrafol as one of their daily supplements. Listen, we all want to have fabulous hair. Reminder, do not get a bob. Reminder. And I got a bob, by the way, when I was pregnant. Like, that's so crazy. But luckily for me, I knew, because I already had it in stock, that I was going to start taking the Nutrafol postpartum formula right after I gave birth. It is breastfeeding friendly, so could start taking it right when Lenny was born. You may have heard of Nutrafol's hair growth supplements and wondered, do they actually work? It's a fair question. Many hair supplements overpromise and underdeliver, but Nutrafol is different. As the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, it is trusted by over 1.5 million people and is clinically tested to deliver real results in just 3 to 6 months. And I just love Nutrafol's proactive approach and how they target like really the root causes of what causes this, which can be stress, hormones, like what doesn't cause this? You know what I mean? This summer, stop worrying about your hair and start making memories. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering my listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NotSkinny10. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. The promo code is NotSkinny10. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code NotSkinny10. There is nothing better than getting into bed, turning out the lights, and feeling like you're at a glorious hotel, the AC at 68, and just like a bottle of fresh water with like lemon by your side. Listen, you get to a place in your life like you're not buying microfiber sheets from TJ Maxx. Like, you guys, you can do it. You can treat yourself. You can get good sheets from Boll & Branch that will literally change your life. And you know I don't say that easily. You deserve to be wrapped in a softness that's extraordinary. And to help you sleep well, I mean, sleeping, what is more important? Like, what's the first question you get asked when you meet with any professional? Like, how's your sleep? How's your sleep? And stuff like this helps. Like, good set of sheets, especially if you're a hot sleeper like me, I need to have cooling sheets. So this is where you start, you guys. You start at Boll & Branch's signature sheets, and just know in your heart of hearts, this is a good investment. It's made with the finest 100% organic cotton. They're buttery to the touch, you guys. They're so friggin' good. They also have amazing blankets, duvets, quilts, all made with airy and breathable designs. So I love it. Whenever I also like post anything about my bed, you guys ask me where, you know, my sheets or my duvet cover is from. It's from Boll & Branch. So feel the difference an extraordinary night's sleep can make with Boll & Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets at bollandbranch.com/notskinny. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/notskinny to save 15% off. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Once the temperatures started rising, I realized, you know, I need to buy clothes. Like, I was pregnant. I was super postpartum, still am, but like we're moving forward. I need new shorts. I need new like linen flowy pants. I need new flowy linen shirts. I just need an upgrade. A uniform upgrade with Quince. And Quince is one of my go-to places to shop because they have elevated pieces that are easy and really make me feel more put together, like Meghan Markle vibes, like 100% Meghan Markle vibes. And also like almost everything that you love from like a major fashion brand, like Quince will have a dupe, like promise you. I just posted actually the other week, like this nursing cover that the brand that makes it, it costs like maybe over $100, and at Quince it's $39. So just, you know, and it's literally the same. You can get 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30, luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals, and so much more. Oh my God, I need to get on their swimwear because I do have another trip coming up and I need new swim. Like my swim, like why is it from camp? Like why did I ever, when is the last time I bought a new bathing suit? Oh my God. You guys, Quince is amazing. If you're not shopping at Quince, like literally, what are you doing? Treat your closet to a little summer glow up with Quince. Go to quince.com/notskinny for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/notskinny to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/notskinny. Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk in, you see him, and it starts. This romance. By the way, I just want to say, I listened a little bit. Jesse went on Watch What Happens Live, which wasn't good for him, as we know. And he went on Tinks's podcast that I listened to a little bit because I wanted to hear what he would say.
Yeah.
And first of all, I will say, and I actually said on my Instagram, I'm not a hater. Like, I don't hate. Not going to crucify any reality TV person for bad choices they make on a show.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, everyone's human. It's relationship stuff. It's, nobody's murdering anybody. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
However, I will say he's handling this like the poorest way possible. On Tinks's pod, he told her like, she asked him like 2 questions. She was being super easy on him about you. And he said, Tinks. I mean, like, we're not here to talk about, how did he say it? An 8-week relationship I had 9 months ago.
The thing
First of all, you are here to talk about it.
I was just going to say, with the show, honestly, like, let's be honest, I'm sure no one wants to talk about a relationship that you had 9 months ago. Trust me, I don't either.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the show's currently airing. Therefore, it's currently in everybody's faces. And people are going to currently have questions about it.
Yeah.
And I'm patient with that. Like, I completely understand that. Whereas, trust me, I'd rather not ever talk about him either.
Right.
But
you understand,
at the end of the day,
like,
I understand this is new to everyone else.
Yeah.
And because we chose to be on a reality show, it's also fair for people to want to talk about it. And also, that's our jobs.
Ding, 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 ding. Like, right.
It's our jobs. Like, be professional.
And everybody know. I mean, you watch Bravo, you watch a reality show, people get really obsessed about what they're watching. You know what I mean? They feel like they're in it. They feel like they have teams. They take it to the next level, which is why I said that sometimes I feel like I want to help out these people that are villainized so harshly, because I'm like, whoa, like their world is coming down. You know what I mean? And even though if they did something fucked up, to me, it's like the punishment doesn't fit the crime kind of thing.
Yeah, it can definitely be very loud. Like, even I've gotten so much hate, especially because of everything that Jesse and Wes have said about my family. It's very strange. Like, even that one conversation where everybody was in the backyard, that night, Jesse's like, oh, I hung out with her family for like 3 hours and then we went out all night. That's not how it happened. We hung out with them for like 20 minutes. My mom's only met Jesse 3 times.
Wait, when they said that then you stayed because you went to like a friend's DJ something?
Yeah. What happened was Jesse and I were filming together. And then my mom and sister were out living their life because they're independent people. And they were coming back to drop off the dog, and we were going to go to a concert, which was already planned with just the 3 of us, not Jesse. And so I'm trying to get Jesse out of the house, and then Jesse's like, I really want to stay and talk to your mom. Can she come in? Like, can I stay when she comes back? And I was like, I mean, sure. And then Jesse apologized to my mom because he's like, I just got caught up in being in a reality show. Like, I'm so sorry, like, whatever. My mom's like, yeah, just like, be real. Always just be consistent.
Yeah.
Be real on camera and off camera. You're good.
Yeah.
And then we bought him dinner, and then he left and we went to our show. He was texting me from the concert, and he's like, I'm at 82 Stanton with West. Why don't you come? And he was like begging us to come. And so I was like, okay, well, we have plans even after this concert, so we'll swing by on our way.
I see. So you had plans.
And so he was the one pressing us to come. So it was just like that every single thing that he says is always embellished, which is so frustrating. Like, watching back, I'm getting so much hate about like my family and how much I hang out with them when it was painted completely not accurately.
You're getting hate. Like, how could you? People can think it's weird or different or not typical, but they're hate. You're feeling like legit hate. Yeah,
people are being like, that's so insane. Like, oh, where's your mom? Like, oh, you can't even go on a date without your mom. Jesse and I never hung out with my mom.
Yeah.
Like, but
she does go to the club with you.
Yeah, sometimes. So does my dad.
So does your dad. How old are they?
My mom's 53 and my dad's 55.
I mean, they are young.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are young.
And
but that is a different kind of thing, which is cool, but doesn't happen in most people's families.
And
you know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do understand that. But
Yeah.
I feel like also it sounds so like sinister. I'm like, guys, we have like a booth, a table in the back with like
think
our
Kris
friends.
Jenner vibes? Like, is that Kris Jenner's
like,
there?
But it's even like maybe probably less. It's literally like we have, so like for example, we went to the SNL after party and we literally just had a table and bottles and we all were sitting down just talking with our friends. Like it's way less like they kind of acted like my mom was like in the middle of the dance floor like
grinding.
Yeah, I'm like, man, you know that's not true. So the fact
but like good for your mom because like I can't go out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how does she have the energy?
She's honestly like, it's funny when we were all growing up, everybody would call her like the Energizer Bunny because she just has so much energy.
Yeah.
She just has like, her and my dad both have just such young souls. I love it so much. And they did do like the whole raise your kids. We were very traditional growing up. Like dinner is on that table at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And we had a million kids in our house always. Like they were always like the parents until obviously now we're adults. And
you were the house that it was fun to come to, it sounds like. Like you had snacks. You had good snacks.
We had the good snacks. We had the parental advice whenever we needed
Tams
it.
or whatever. What do you guys eat in Canada?
We have like
everybody does
like an Aero bar.
Okay.
We are like a big Cadbury country.
Cadbury fam. Wait, is your dad in Canada still?
So my dad comes back and forth.
Okay.
My mom also goes back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's here a lot just for like meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
But her and my dad still have their home that they live in.
Yeah, their own life. But but is there a like, can you see how it's like if you're dating Lexi, you're kind of dating her fam, or is that not the vibe?
I would say it's obviously I'm very close with my family, but that being said, if I'm going to be honest, like my parents were probably more like, what are you doing dating Jesse? And I didn't listen.
And you didn't care.
Because I'm an individual person and they respect that.
And you decide what you want to,
Yeah, and they totally agree with that. They're like, we raised you to have your own mind and we raised you to be your own independent person and you're going to make decisions and you have to live life. We'll be here to guide you and help you wherever you ask us to. But other than that, like as much as it's like you're dating my family, I think at the end of the day, like we would talk to his parents all the time too. So it's never really been like a crazy thing. I also think naturally girls are closer to their parents than guys. So
how is it watching it back? Like we see what you go through in the house, obviously, and kind of the confrontations that you have there. But this is your first season of reality TV.
Yeah.
You're watching back everybody's confessionals.
Yeah.
So you're seeing what everybody is saying about you, people that, not even just Jesse, other people.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Like, was there anyone you were disappointed in or felt like, hey, like, we were friends. Why'd you say? I mean, Wes does say a bunch of shit. And
I'm the most disappointed in Wes.
Okay.
I honestly feel like to my face, Wes has actually always said the opposite of what he says in his confessionals. So watching his confessionals, it's definitely questionable. And Wes actually called me after we filmed the reunion. And, well, I called him because he was texting me about the family stuff. And I didn't know that ever happened. Like, I'm learning things as the episodes come out. I had no idea because everybody kind of like has talked the majority because of Jesse behind my back, never to my face.
Yeah.
So I'm learning all this stuff. So after the reunion, we were texting about family stuff. Then I call him because it's just sometimes easier. And I was like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Because I had no idea. And he's like, I honestly just like, I think that you should never date somebody that doesn't want you to be close to your family. But that being said, I had such strong opinions on it because I wanted to show the audience and Sierra that I learned from introducing Sierra to my family too soon. And I said, I totally understand that. You didn't have to throw me under the bus if you actually do agree with how I live my life.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to get like a point out. But that being said, Jesse never said he didn't. He actually said the opposite. He loved my family being around. Even though they only met 3 times. But I was like, Jesse never had these concerns. So you're fighting a battle just to kind of prove to an audience that you learned a lesson when it's Jesse and I didn't care. And if Jesse did care, again,
it's not
like
what he's
I said
saying to
in
you.
the season, he should say it to my face. So it's like all of this drama about like something that technically isn't real.
And then the episode, obviously, they talked about episode with the toe sucking and the flirting with Sierra when you weren't there.
Yeah.
The girls were also kind of part of that. Like, being excited that Jesse and Sierra are kind of vibing, then coming up to him and having the conversation about the previous summer. Did that hurt your feelings too? Like watching the girls kind of be part of that?
Yeah, for sure. I think that it was disheartening because I thought that it was clear to everyone that Jesse and I were definitely like going after a relationship. But also, I don't necessarily blame them because clearly Jesse was making it seem from how he was communicating with them that maybe it wasn't as serious as what he was communicating to me.
What was he saying to you? Like, I love you?
Yeah, like after like 11 days.
I love you.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say on the show, I'm in love with her. I haven't felt this. Like, he said in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was very, very, very full force. He would be like, I love you more than like my first girlfriend, like my first love. Like I've only had one other relationship and like I love you more than that.
Were you saying it back?
I didn't say it back, but I would be like obviously open to it.
Yeah, and like liking it feels nice.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I'm not going to necessarily judge somebody for like I'm the type of person where I'm like, if you care about somebody, you should say it always.
Yeah. You're like, if you fell in love with me after 5 days, it makes total sense. And I get it. It felt for real.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. And then when you met his family, this was one of the first times where it felt like we're getting kind of two versions. It was like you met his family, flash forward, they're driving to the Hamptons and he's like, yeah, weird. I had to, and everyone's like, that's so, everyone's like so cringed out by it. Like watching that, like, first of all, this is what doesn't align. Look at her. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're this fucking stalker weirdo bitch being like, let me meet your family.
Yeah.
I'm in love with you. Like it just doesn't align with like what we're seeing. So
also I was the opposite. Like I was the one that was like, we need to chill out. Like during the week, he needed to see me every single day that we weren't filming. He needed to be with me all the time. I was like, we live together on the weekends. And I actually sat him down and I was like, okay, I think that we need to have a conversation because I feel extremely overwhelmed. We hang out too much. Like this is not normal. We already aren't normal because we live together on the weekends. That's already accelerating the relationship. But I need us to take a chill pill because I said, look, at the end goal of dating is always to get married and then you spend forever together. So we should be taking the time that we don't have to be together and actually be loving that time too. Yeah. It's like you should have an independent life. I have an independent life. It gives more conversations. It gives more everything. We cannot be together all the time. And then he would be like, oh my gosh, like, no, I need to see you more times a week than I don't. Like, I want to sleep with you every single night. And like, it was like so much. He's like, I want to wake up with you every day. Like, it was a lot for me and I did feel overwhelmed and I didn't want him to feel like I don't know, I just felt like every single thing that I said to kind of like be like, let's chill out for a minute.
Made him want it more.
Would make him want it more, but also almost like retaliate. Like he would like almost like punish me.
With the things behind your back.
Yeah. So every single time I'd be like, let's relax.
The next thing you know, he would tell the girls that you are making him unfollow other girls, la, 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 la.
Yes. Wow. And I never asked him to unfollow anyone. I asked him why.
That's a made up.
Yes.
You just asked him, why are you following so many, models?
Like 20, 30 a week.
What? Oh, like new ones. How did you see that though, is the question.
Someone DM'd me because a photo of Jesse and I kissing in a club in the Hamptons got like blown out there. And so everybody on TikTok was talking about me and Jesse dating and all of this stuff. So then I started getting so many DMs because again, like I have...
Hey guys, she's talking about like when you're filming, so you're not even announced as a cast member yet, like none of that.
No, so technically I don't have I can't reply to these, like I can't figure anything out. And because I'm not...
Wait, so what are they sending you?
They're sending me like, hey, it looks like you and Jesse are dating, but he's following all of these girls. He just followed my friend. Oh, he's following this girl. Oh, he just followed this girl. Like fake accounts. But I'm like, what the heck is going on? I never looked into it because I was like, oh, it's a fake account. Who cares? Until the toe suck weekend. And then I was like, okay, if he's doing that, maybe he is following all these girls.
Wait, what do you mean the toast?
The toe suck.
The toe
suck.
I literally,
yes.
Like you remember it, you live it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, the toast.
Yeah.
The toe suck. The toe suck brought it all back.
Yes. So then
Why
I was
didn't you
like,
end it at the toe suck? If you are dating a guy I'm not judging, by the way. I'm
No.
asking.
Yeah.
And you're into it, but then you find out this weird ass fact.
Yeah.
It's not even like, I feel like I would rather like, oh, he kissed somebody else who was drunk. I feel like I'd prefer that. I feel like the toe suck is not only like cheating, but it's also bizarro.
Okay.
No hate on like toe loving, like
toe fetish
kink people. Yeah. But like, you just met this guy.
Yeah.
You find out this, like, not only is he like acting single when you're not there, but he does this weird thing.
Yeah. I think at that point, Bailey had left. So I was really kind of the only newbie.
Yeah.
Other than Wes and Jesse were the next kind of like newbies.
Right.
And he would always say to me like, oh, you should really listen to everything. Like, you can't trust anyone. You can't trust production. You can't trust anyone in the house. Like, they'll all use you, all this stuff. But you can trust me. Like, I love you. You should trust me. And so at that point, I think that I really just felt really unsteady in the way of, I didn't want to lose the only kind of comfort that I had in the house.
Yeah.
And also I feel like I'm all about forgiveness. Like and the story was so watered down. Like, there were so many tiers to this of like how you can kind of get over it and be like,
watching
okay,
it back.
Forgive it.
So you heard so many tears, the Sierra and Jesse part and the toe part after watching the episode though.
Yeah.
Did that feel
insane? I would have broken up with him immediately.
Okay.
I also thought it was like maybe like a toe lick and for 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes.
And also by the way, it took me, because sometimes you know how you watch a show and like you check your phone. Like it took me like 2 times to really catch the moment where he says in the kitchen, I think Imral's like in bed with girls. I'm going to go there. Like that's why are you going?
Yeah.
Then you're entering. Why are you entering?
Mm-hmm.
And then you agree to this like thing which is also weird. Like I just, and also it's the whole thing's like a turn off.
I also didn't know for like a while. Like, he was never going to tell me. So I was in Canada that week because my grandmother was going through cancer surgery. So I went home to be with her and my family and just support her. And Jesse was calling me nonstop. Like, he called me that weekend within like 48 hours. Like, I think it was like 38 times we talked on the phone. He slept in my bed that night after the toe suck. He FaceTimed me after he got his toe sucked at 2 a.m. And then he also sent me photos of ourselves, like kissing and stuff at 3 a.m. with like in love faces and kissy faces.
Wait, was that the same night?
Yes.
That he grinded with Sarah?
Yes.
Yeah.
And got his toe sucked. So I honestly thought that our relationship was so stable. So that week we were like we had the official conversation that week. We had on camera. We had it much before that. Like, we had the exclusive conversation pretty much the first week because he's like, I don't want you seeing anyone else.
So he was really, really into you.
Yes. And so for me, I was living in this headspace of, okay, we've already had the exclusive conversation. He told me he's not seeing anyone else. I've told him I'm not seeing anyone else. Clearly there's like lines drawn in the sand. So then that week we had the official conversation like on camera, which he actually said, I know we've been exclusive the entire time.
Yeah.
But here's the official conversation.
So his actions didn't match.
No. And then I found out about the toe suck after that.
And the Sierra, but until watching it, you didn't really know like what everyone meant.
Yeah. No, I had no idea. Especially because he would just always say like, no, like that would never happen. She's like, it's definitely like the house is pushing it on me. It's not from me.
If you're not super hydrating nowadays, like, are you even in 2025? Like, yeah, we're not drinking plain water anymore, you guys. We are hydrating and we are just drinking stuff with stuff. But really, I love this 0 sugar drink mix from IQ Bar. It's called IQ Mix. It's a 0 sugar drink and it hydrates, boosts your mood, promotes mental clarity, and it's just good stuff. With electrolytes, it offers 3 times the electrolytes of other sports drinks and is packed with nutrients that support sustained cognitive and physical performance. Also, it comes in amazing flavors like passion fruit, pina colada, lemon lime, peach mango, pink lemonade, and raspberry lemonade. I love the pink lemonade. It's also free. No, free, but free from gluten, sugar, soy, and GMOs. And it's even certified vegan and kosher for my girlies. Anyways, I love IQ Mix. It's so good. I love putting electrolytes in my drink because water is boring and I'm getting more out of this. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are starting their days on the right foot with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. I love IQ Bar's bars, but I also love their new IQ Mix. We need electrolytes. We need to like wake up, feel better, get those minerals back in our body. And right now, IQ Bar is offering my special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus get free shipping. To get your 20% off, text not skinny to 64,000. Text not skinny to 64,000. That's not skinny to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Summer is just around the corner, and the folks at Mint Mobile have a hot take. Getting a summer bot is out, and getting your savings bot is in. This spring and summer, we want skimpy wireless bills and fat wallets. Not skinny summer bods, but fat wallets. With premium wireless plans for just $15 a month, you can have both without breaking a sweat. That's both hot bodies and fat wallets, okay? Not skinny, but fat bodies. Okay, this isn't going well for me, but I do want to tell you that you don't have to be paying a lot of money to big wireless brands that, you know their names. You've seen their commercials for years. You can literally pay $15 a month. You can say bye to overpriced wireless plans and jaw-dropping bills that you don't know how they happened. And you can get high-speed data, unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number. So ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. So this year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer's savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/notskinny. That's mintmobile.com/notskinny. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5 GB plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. You guys, this is a real life story that I'm obsessed with. Minnow is a family lifestyle brand that makes bathing suits and just cute stuff for beach life and everything like that. But here's the deal. We went to Florida as a family, as you know, and we had friends there, and Noah gets like obsessed with clothes, as you guys know. So his friend left his bathing suit at the house we rented, and Noah was like, this bathing suit is now mine. And I was like, no, that's his bathing suit. We have to return. He's like, I love it. It fits me. You know, it was like blue stripes. It was super chic. He was like, I love it. So husband and I looked at the brand and we're like, oh, that's neat. Went on their website, got the same exact bathing suit, the same exact size. Noah's so excited. Every day he's like, when is it arriving? When is it arriving? Literally 2 days later, I get that Minnow is going to sponsor the pod. And I was like, that's so crazy. Noah's obsessed. Like, they have just amazing rash guards. I ordered more for Lenny as well. They have for the girls this rash guard one piece. Not that I have a girl, but get it for your girlies. They have boys boardies, which is what Noah has, and he has the striped blue and white one. And they have unisex rash guard shirts. So I just love. Check them out if you haven't. All the suits have UPF 50 plus protection, blocking 98% of UVA and UVB rays. This is the good stuff you want your kids to have. So go to shopminnow.com and enter code SHOPMinnow15 at checkout to receive 15% off your first order. That's ShopMinnow. That's MINNOW.com. The code is ShopMinnow15 for 15% off. So following the girls, I get that. And then the comments on everybody's Instagram, you did have that conversation where you were like, can you not be like, I have a boner? Can you just say you look nice?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, like, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Like, it's yes, it was early on for you guys to be having like large conversations, but I feel like I want to put that aside because it's still like you're dating someone and all you see is him being like, I'm surprised Kyle doesn't care, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like the shit that he says to Amanda.
For me, I just have very strong boundaries.
Yeah.
And you don't have to live by my rules. That's fine. But in that case, then I'm not going to live by your rules either. And you're not actually going to probably have access to me in that way at all. Because to me, I'm just very strong in my boundaries. I think that it's really important for girls to have boundaries for not only for women to have boundaries, not only for their mental health, physical health, emotional health. I think it's so important.
Yeah.
So I lay down what I look for in a man. And if you don't want to...
And what girl would want that though? Like, I'm asking you, girls listening. Who would want, I mean, my husband is literally like, he wouldn't even see you if you were in the room. Yeah. And that's after like 15 years that we're together. Yeah. He doesn't he's just, and not because I ever made him, I guess I picked them like that, you know, where like they're just so loyal that they don't even.
That's how mine have always been.
So I couldn't imagine touching. I don't think he's hugged my sister who's here. Like literally she hugs him on her birthday. And he's like, okay. Like he doesn't know what's going on. And he's a weirdo. Okay. But this is, I couldn't imagine like the things he says to Amanda, him being turned on by Sierra's leg on the floaty. So I don't think it's crazy at all, like time aside. But it's just so interesting. Like you're talking and I'm really like, my mind, you know, that meme that's like with the board. Yeah. Because it is so crazy to be watching what we're watching. You're living what you're living, the behind the scenes. Did you feel it all bad for him? Again, this is me being a little easy sometimes. When he goes and vents to the girls and he thinks these are my friends, but now you're telling me he told you can't trust people. And it kind of lived up to what he said because they ran and told you, where he thought I could just vent to them. They're my friends. Mm-hmm. They were like, no, we're going to tell Lexi. And even Paige said like, what? You said it. So he told her. Yeah. And I feel like he was super hurt by that because he thought that, you know, that he has their trust. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like they kind of didn't want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah, I think he thought because I was new that the loyalty would automatically be with him. Correct. Which I think he still to this day feels. And I think it sucks because I don't mind. Like, you should be able to vent to your friends 1,000,000%. You also just have to communicate that with me, though. Because I'm sitting in a place where even if there were times, like, I'm trying to think, like, I mean, they were all conversations. So, like, the following girls thing, that was way blown out of proportion. But, and I never even asked him to unfollow them. But then he would, like, flip it like it was, like, so sinister. And to me, we already got through that. So he was bringing it up when it was already solved between us, when it was we already had our adult relationship, already made adult choices, and it was like weeks of us being totally chill. And then he all of a sudden brings it up to the house.
So what do you think his motive was to do that? Like, what did he want? For people to think that you were more into him than he is into you? Like, what was it?
I don't know. I think that he created an environment where everybody in the house was kind of sussed out by me because he did, like, these things make me look insane. And I'm fully aware of that. Yeah. And then he would say things, sometimes even off camera, to me that would make me kind of sussed out by the house.
Like what? But that's
mean, he would say, you can't trust anyone. I have, like, text messages of him saying, like, you can't trust anyone. You, like, production's out to get us. Everyone's trying to break us up. We need to stick together. We're literally just cast. We're not friends. Like, all of this crazy stuff. Wow. Me as a newbie and by myself. I don't have another newbie to kind of have that.
Yeah, you trusted him.
Yeah. So I think for me, it was just a position of, I don't know where my footing is. I do feel like everybody's distant. It almost felt like what he was saying was aligning with everybody else's actions. Yeah. Even though they had no idea about it. And obviously watching it back too, they had no idea with this entire, I feel like, game, because he does come off like the goofy, funny guy. Yeah. I feel like nobody understands, like, the entire thing that he was doing. But what he was doing was, like, completely made all the girls kind of have a wedge between us. And it worked because obviously I'm new and I don't know the camaraderie. Yeah. And obviously
Did you feel like you didn't have the girls, like, by your side? Like, when you went out, like, were you included with Paige, Sierra, and Amanda, and I mean, Gabby and Lindsay, I feel like we're more open to. Is that?
Yeah, for sure. Gabby and Lindsay, but they weren't always there. So Gabby wasn't there every weekend. Mm-hmm. And then obviously Lindsay's pregnant. So right. She was
a homebody.
Yes. So she was being a mom.
But the girls did seem like Amanda and Paige seemed like they liked you. Like, they were nice to you.
Yeah. And I don't think that anybody was like being rude or whatever. I think that it just felt like there was a wall that, like, couldn't be broken. Mm. You know, like, I felt like a guest. Mm-hmm. First, like, sometimes. Then obviously there was other times where I felt at home and whatever. But I think sometimes what Jesse was saying to me would just kind of, like, stick in my brain. And because I am new and I am trying to figure everything out. And I did trust him because we were dating. Yeah. Of course you're going to trust the person that says he cares so much about you and is, like, making efforts and all that stuff. So I think that it was just difficult for me. But I don't blame any of the girls for anything ever.
Yeah. I mean, you did say that.
Yeah.
So the last episode before the finale last week, you broke up with him on the balcony.
Yes.
You came in like ready to do it. You were done.
I don't think that it's fair if I had that feeling in my chest and I knew that it was going to happen. Let's say we leave the house, it happens Monday. I didn't think that it was fair for me to have him sleeping in my bed all weekend, for us to be kissing and holding hands all weekend. Because again, it was a long weekend. We were there for 4 days straight. So for me to be like acting as a couple with him and then the next week break up with him off camera, I didn't ever really think it's on camera or off camera. It was really just we hadn't seen each other. And that was my first opportunity to break up with him without feeling like I was leading him on all summer, or like all weekend.
Was the straw that broke the camel's back really the 9 p.m. manicure?
I think, okay, so that's so stupid. The 9 p.m. manicure.
It is fucking hilarious,
It's hilarious, but it's so dumb. I think that the whole point was something so silly.
Yeah, you still didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on. Like, that's for me to immediately be like, no, I don't trust this man.
Yeah.
That sucked for me. And I think that that was a realization. Also, a lot of my friends were coming home from being away for the summer. And I was like explaining my relationship and stuff. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't trust this man.
Yeah.
I don't, like, this is so not congruent with, I'm like known for being besties with all my exes. I think I choose, like you, I choose great men. That's why I'm still so close to so many of them. Just because we break up, it doesn't mean that they're not great.
Yeah.
They just mean it's not for me, but I want them to move on and have great relationships and thrive in life, and I'm cheering them on. And so I think that for me, just to have that like ickiness in my soul, I was like, this is not my guy.
Yeah.
And I even said, I was like, I think we should still move on, like be respectful.
He seemed sad, to be honest, Lexi, watching it.
Yeah.
He seemed like he took it well and accepted it, but his face, like, he was sad. He was heartbroken, I think.
Yeah, I felt like he was more like angry.
You think he was angry?
Yeah, because then for him to go and upstairs and again fabricate an entire that we had this conversation at a dinner
and that it was all Sierra.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
that's not how that conversation went.
And then didn't he say, like, what did he say to Sierra? That you don't like her? What did he say? Upstairs was you're right. The upstairs convo was all about Sierra.
Yes.
Oh, she didn't like that we had a good time, he said.
And that's not what happened. What happened was he went to the US Open.
By the way, was there.
I
you
saw
guys.
Your story.
Isn't that crazy?
I
literally yesterday, you know how they put the date? Yeah. Before they even showed the US Open, I was like, oh my God, I saw them. And I was trying to remember, I had just like given birth, so I wasn't in the headspace, but I was trying to remember, but he called you because I remember him saying, yeah, there's a new girl. And like, I think he even said like, we're kind of like boyfriend, girlfriend at that point.
Yeah.
So, and that was 2 days before.
Yeah. So he
went to the US Open with Sierra.
US Open. So it was like the entire week. So he asked me to go on the Friday, but after like the house and everything. And I was really busy. It was fashion week. And I was like, he's like, I really, really want you to come. And I was like, okay, I'll make it because you really want me there. But it's going to be like hectic for me. Like it's basically choosing like sleeping and eating or going to the US Open with you. So like, just so you know, if there's any other day, I'm more free those days than that Friday specifically. He's like, no, it has to be Friday. So I was like, okay, if you really want me there, of course I'll be there. So then that weekend rolls around and he goes and he had an extra ticket that he gave to some friend of his that he said he wasn't even close with, and he said it was so last minute. Yeah,
there was a random friend there, I can confirm.
Yeah, he's like they gave me this ticket last minute, so I asked this friend that like I haven't caught up with in years. And I was like, I was literally sitting at home in a robe, and I was like, I told you like that if there was any other day that you had a ticket because you wanted me to go with you to the US Open at all, that if you had another ticket another day, then that would have worked out better for me because that Friday I can't really make it. And then that's it. And all I said about Sierra was...
Wait, so I don't understand. He ended up not going on a Friday?
I don't know. We broke up before that. But
you were broken up before the US Open?
So we weren't broken up. So you know how the US Open's like a week? Sorry, this is like so confusing. It's like a week long.
Right.
So
but there are certain days.
Yeah. So it was the Sunday, I think. And then there was like that next Friday or something.
That's when you wanted to go.
Yes.
Or that's when he wanted you to go.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with him and Sierra going?
Because that day that he went with that random friend, he was like, oh, I guess I should have brought you since you're more available that day.
Oh.
And then he said, oh, by the way, Sierra's here. And then he said, she's not being very nice to me and it's making me like dislike her. And I was like, ugh, I'm so confused. All summer he was talking about Sierra.
Wait,
like,
so just to clear up that, he invited to a U.S. Open day that was that was further away, that was hard. Away. And you're saying he ended up going on this day that you could have actually gone, except he brought a random friend and Sierra was there and he was texting you, telling you, which by the way, can also confirm like they did talk, but it seemed like there was like tension.
I want them to be friends. I want them to be, I always was cheering them on. But then I was like, oh, that would have been really nice. Like, because then I could have seen Sierra like off camera and then like we all could have kind of been there together. That's literally all.
Did it feel like he was trying to maybe not have you get close?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. That was his brain. I think that he, from what I've kind of gathered of him, even after filming, and again, not only about the other girls in the house, I just feel like he kind of likes pitting girls against each other is what I've
the fact that he literally went upstairs and just said like, she asked me why I went with you because she doesn't like you, or like...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I really, like, that breaks my heart because...
Because you were good. You just had hugged her that morning.
Yeah. Like, there was obviously, again, a wall, but it wasn't only with her. It was with everyone.
Yeah.
So I really, really hated this whole narrative that it was, like, me and her against each other. I never felt that. I felt like that with so many people in the house, girls and guys. I didn't feel, from what he was telling me about everyone, there was... naturally just a wall up, and from what he was telling everyone, there was naturally a wall up, which makes sense. That's human behavior. So
but when he was saying about Sierra, like that you didn't want him to be friends with her because she's rude to you and Wes, like you looped in Wes to it.
Yeah,
did that happen?
Those were his words, and I was supporting him in his feelings because I'm not going to tell him that his feelings are wrong. That's what he was telling me all summer.
Like he was saying, maybe I shouldn't be friends with her because she's not nice to you and Wes?
Yeah, he was just saying that like there was just like always a wall. And so I was like supporting him in his feelings.
That's so crazy that you guys literally have like...
opposite stories. It's always opposite, which sucks
because it's like a he said, she said. But he is getting the brunt of the... I mean, did you see his TikToks? Like, is he blocked?
No, I don't follow him, so nothing really pops up for him.
Okay, but on TikTok, like, it popped up for me on TikTok that he was walking down the street and he was like, I'm going to stop looking at the comments because, like, they're that bad.
Yeah,
they're that bad.
I mean, it sucks because I've gotten specifically with this, like, girls against each other thing. It sucks because I don't even want to, like, mention her in interviews. One, because... like she's asked me not to, and two, because it's never like in my heart it's never been about me and her.
Yeah.
And so it's like I don't want to talk about her. I don't want to bring her into mine and Jesse's drama.
Right.
But I feel like he made this narrative that revolves around me and her not like liking each other.
Yeah.
Which really is disheartening.
Or like when she touched him at the cancer thing.
Crazy.
It was like, I'm not allowed to do that. That's where it all started, by the way. I feel like that was really the like when, because she was so thrown off and he was like, I'm not allowed to do that, where she just lost it.
He said all of these things like, oh, are we, like even the last episode, oh, are we allowed a boys' night? Oh, no, we're not.
Right.
What?
He's making, and wait, but also when you broke up with him, he said something like, I abided by all the rules.
They're not rules.
No, but it sounds
it sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy.
Yes.
It sounds like you have like these rules and he's abiding and...
But that's, I feel like what he wanted it to seem like. He wanted it to seem like he was like, I was like, he was stuck in something. And if anything, it was the opposite.
But you can tell though how easily you break up with him, that you're not this like, you know what I mean? Like you broke up with him twice. Both times you did it with like ease and chillness. You weren't crying over it.
No.
You weren't taking it like that seriously. It seemed like he was more upset.
Yeah. I felt like that's how it was all summer. Like I honestly felt crazy. Like, I was like, I'm sorry. I don't think ever putting down boundaries for what I'm looking for in a relationship is ever crazy. If that's not what you're looking for, awesome.
What do you say to him and people saying you were gaslit? This is so confusing. You were gaslighting him into thinking he did something worse than he did.
I really hope that he watches the season and sees his actions. And honestly, my biggest thing is I'm over it. Again, like what he said in that interview.
Yeah.
It was 9 months ago, whatever. I'm over him. I've moved on.
Yeah.
But I will never be over having people take accountability. I don't think that it's fair to treat anyone like that. I don't think that it's fair to spin things behind people's backs. I think that it's really important to hold people accountable so they can grow. So I really genuinely hope that he watches the season back, sees what he did, self-reflects before he ends up in another relationship where he's doing the exact same patterns.
Do you think it's immaturity? Like, would you chalk it up? By the way, he's 32, which should be like, an age where you can act like a man and not like a boy.
Yeah.
Do you think he's acting like a boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that he's very entitled, and that's his prerogative now, though, right? It's not up to me. All I can do is answer questions when I'm asked. Other than that, he's not. I love everyone in the house. I think I would love to deepen my friendships with everyone in the house. I think that everyone is honestly really fun, really everything. But I do think that he needs a lot of growing up to do before I can even be his friend, because I don't trust him. I don't like what he spins behind people's backs.
Yeah.
And not only about me. He just did me on camera. He spins so much off camera. It was overload for my brain.
Wow. About other cast members.
Every single one of the cast members.
Including West, his bestie?
Yes. Every single person. And production.
Wow.
It just really sucked for me to be in that. But again,
caught
being
in that.
new,
yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, maybe this is how it works. Shit.
Okay, the reunion is going to be next week. Is there anything you want to tell people before?
I think we have one more episode.
Right, but this comes out.
Oh, right,
so I'm
right,
talking in future speak.
Yes, right.
No, so wait. Now you confused me. Okay, right.
Sorry.
So yeah, the reunion is next week, not this week.
Yeah.
So is there anything you'd want people to know pre-reunion? Jesse was kind of teasing some big bomb. Do you know what he's talking about? Is it not a big bomb? I might have asked Lindsay. I texted Lindsay. I was like, is there a big bomb? She's like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea.
You just don't know. And you filmed it already, so you should know.
Yeah.
Not that you would have been able to tell me, but so obviously, I hate using the word regret, and we talked about it so much, but do you think, what would you have done differently this summer, aside from just the obvious of like not getting into anything with him?
Yeah.
But is there anything you regret more specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I regret listening to him so much. I think that was definitely naive of me, which sucks in hindsight. But honestly, I'm really grateful because I do feel like everything I learned from. I mean, not grateful for him or that experience, but I think that this is such a rare opportunity to have to like watch yourself back and actually grow from it and learn from it. And I am really grateful for that opportunity to do.
Yeah. So
but
no regrets.
I think the only regret is probably just listening to him and whatever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Listening to him.
Listening to him so much.
You get asked this everywhere.
Yeah.
But you've dated really hot people. And really like, you know which one is my fave niche one? Because I love really niche shit and not the obvious.
Yeah.
The Presley Gerber one. You guys were hot and heavy.
Yeah. Oh, why is that niche?
Because he's not like Brooklyn Beck. You know what I mean? Like not everyone is like super aware of him.
Yeah.
Or you guys, I feel like.
Yeah.
But you were hot and heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before face tattoo?
After. But he got it removed.
Oh, you already got it removed.
Yeah,
I love him. Flips just like me.
Yeah.
But you did date Brooklyn Beckham, Presley Gerber. Rumors about Drake, which I wanted to say something about that because he did say on a podcast that he kind of justified his love bombing by saying he had to since you dated Drake.
First of all, that was never my private life is never for him to comment on.
Yeah.
That's not.
Was he the first person to put that out there? No, I think like Andy mentioned it. No, first.
Andy mentioned it from what Jesse said.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So that's never Jesse's business to talk about me and my past, and what, especially when it's not out there. Yeah, I thought that was really offhand. And I also feel like he's always trying to place blame on everything else and everyone else.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
He never has to take accountability. But it's like, dude, you love bombed me. Just say, yeah, I did.
Well,
and honestly,
I heard him say on a new podcast that he looked at the definition of love bombing and that it's like really hardcore. Like it's not just being like, I love you. Like,
no, it is hardcore.
It's like actually the act of gaining control.
Yes, and I did feel like that.
Okay, so you felt like you're like, looked up the definition.
I also looked up the definition, and he ticked off every single box.
Wow. Was that your first time experiencing somebody doing this?
Yeah.
Was he your first like normie since you became a model?
No.
I mean, no, you're laughing. You're like, no.
I've dated like, yeah, like.
He would be offended at the normie. He'd be like, I am a reality TV star, ma'am.
Seriously. Yeah.
Did it feel like
ego's crazy?
Did he feel like he was loving this life though of like being known from a show and?
Well, he's even with all the hate, he said he loves it. I think somebody sent it to me on the Chicks in the Office podcast. He said the more hate he gets, that boosts his algorithm. So keep going. That's why it's kind of awful. Like,
first of all, that's an ick. Wait, how funny was it when Kyle didn't know what an ick was? Did you watch that episode?
Hilarious.
Wait, I couldn't believe it.
Hilarious.
But did they? That's not what you said, though. You didn't say I'm breaking up with him because of the ick. I feel like that was also.
Amanda asked me. She said, I think she was like, "Did you get the ick?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I guess. Like, if I want to break up with him, then I guess."
Yeah, you were over it.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. It wasn't like you were like, "I love you, but I can't do it." You were kind of like, all of this shit caused me to not be into you anymore and not want to do this.
Which I think it would cause anyone not to trust him. And it's funny because I think even with the whole jealous conversation, that's not how, like, I wasn't saying like, oh, I'm so jealous. I was saying, if you give me reasons to be jealous, I'm like everybody else. I will pick up those reasons and I will have those feelings. But that being said, I don't think when somebody's purposely trying to make you feel jealous, I don't think that makes you like a distrustful person, because I trust everyone as soon as I meet them until.
Also, you're Canadian. You're the nicest kind of like. You're the nicest kind of person.
Yeah, like everybody's so lovely. Guys, we can just chill. Like,
no, truly.
Crazy things. So yeah, he single-handedly like took my trust, and this was such a foreign feeling for me.
Wait, do you know what I'm thinking now? Remember how you said he likes to pit girls against each other?
Yeah.
So he on Watch What Happens Live, because you went on Watch What Happens Live with Tinks.
Yeah.
An influencer and she has a podcast. He said on Watch What Happens Live, somebody called in and asked if he saw or knows why it was awkward between you and Tinks. And then Andy was like, I didn't notice. And did you? And Jesse was like, yeah, well, it wasn't kumbaya.
I like went into her dressing room before. I was like, oh my God, hey, so excited. Like
So you were fine.
Yeah. Like I didn't think. Didn't he say too that because somebody, I just see like little blurbs that people like will DM me. But I didn't watch the entire episode. But didn't he say that they talked about it on her podcast?
I thought so. So that's why I went back to check. Did it work, babe? I didn't hear that part. I don't think they talked about that. She was saying to him what she said to you, which was that you weren't a match. So they didn't talk about that.
But also that's weird for him to be like, oh yeah, we talked about how awkward it was on.
And they didn't.
This is what I mean. He like
unless they cut it out. Unless they cut it out and he doesn't know.
But I'm like.
But he wouldn't give her the, like I'm telling you, that's probably, maybe Chicks in the Office, he did that. And I agree, he didn't look great in it. The clips that I saw weren't great for him. Maybe that's because he wouldn't, he barely wanted to talk about it. And he was acting very like, I'm not going to talk about this. Like, let's move on. And I was like, what do you want to talk about? Your acting career? I mean, singing? I flipped, you guys. The thing is, like, I can accept bad behavior as a viewer. It's more like, how are you handling that?
Yeah.
And if you're handling it in this, like, it's the non-accountability. The non-accountability and the, like, and I'm saying, Bravo people, don't kill him. He doesn't deserve, death row, okay? But it would be nice. First of all, like, stop smiling. It's not funny. You know, like, let's start. If I was with him, I'd be like, just like answer the question. No smile, no smile.
Yeah.
Because it's not funny.
No.
It's not like, yeah, when we broke up, it's crazy.
It's weird. I just think accountability is such an important thing, especially as adults. I think that we have the comprehension that, like, you hurt somebody's feelings, whether you agree with it or not. Take accountability for another human being. And honestly, like, if anybody on the cast or anyone ever said to me, like, hey, that hurt my feelings, immediately you're getting an apology.
You're getting,
And I'm going to reflect, learn from that, and then change that.
Yeah.
Because your feelings mean something to me. Whether you're my best friend or not, your feelings mean something to me. And I think accountability is amazing. He just doesn't know.
He doesn't know
how to activate that.
Tinks also tried to ask him how he would feel if you came back next summer. And he was like, next question. What do you say to that? If he came,
live together
I mean, listen, Carl and Lindsay lived together.
Yeah.
Could you handle it?
I think for me, like, he's just somebody that I don't trust, and I feel very indifferent about him.
That's the harshest kind of feeling.
Yeah, and I think especially it's hard because obviously we're doing all this press and everything, and because I'm new, it really was like the entire summer we filmed stuff, but sometimes it doesn't like fully make it in.
Well, thank God for you.
So much.
There would be no other interesting stuff going on. Like, I'm sorry you lived this, but like that was the most interesting storyline this summer.
Yeah.
So you're saying you could be there and indifferent to him. I don't think he could be indifferent to you.
Well, then that's on him.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that was wronged. Like, I never did anything to him other than answering questions.
Flirt with West.
That's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
But other than answering questions that I'm asked in interviews while the season is airing.
Yeah.
Which is normal.
Like when people, are best friends with each other or,
you all have to talk
about each other. That's just what it is.
But that being said, I'm indifferent to him. I think that I will always hold anyone accountable for poor behavior because hopefully they can grow from it. Do I trust him? No. Do I want to be alone in a room and having a conversation with him? No, because he just lies everywhere.
Yeah.
Or flips a story.
I don't think he would also not be able to like touch you. I feel like he was so attracted to you. That's what it seemed like. Like he was so into you physically too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel very indifferent for him.
Like your heart wouldn't drop if you saw him somewhere.
No.
Like the way you would see like an ex.
I probably wouldn't even recognize him.
Oh, stop. Lexi would recognize you know what he looks like.
No, I mean more like
notice him.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have that recognition of like, oh,
wow.
Like that like heart sinking, you're my ex.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'm running to you. Like I wouldn't have that.
You wouldn't have that.
I think that he just has done so much, even after the summer.
Yeah.
Like liking hate comments about me and like just doing things that are to me just below the belt.
Yeah.
Before I was even like really an official cast member, like it was announced, he was just spinning narratives online. Like he posted a video of him getting a manicure, again, pitting girls against each other. To me, it's all 100% on him, no one else, period.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that energy.
Yeah.
That's not somebody that
You said that you would love to deepen your relationship with the girls because it didn't get an opportunity. And you also said that Sierra asked you not to really talk about her in interviews, which I'd want to respect because I also want you guys to be good.
Yeah.
But I did see an interview of hers pop up for me. And she said, when asked if you would come back, she's like, great, I don't care if she does that. I don't care if she doesn't. Like seeing stuff like that, like it's a little hurtful, no?
Yeah, for sure. I think, again, I think it's hard because there was so many misunderstandings.
Right,
so many confusions and so many.
Like if she's being told Lexi doesn't like you.
Yeah.
She doesn't want us to hang out. She hates that we had fun. Like obviously she's going to feel some type of way.
Exactly. And I totally
understand that.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
And you think you can move past it if you come back to the house?
Yeah, I know that I will always take accountability if there's something that I did to hurt her.
Yeah.
And I do really value my female friendships.
Yeah.
And growing them and deepening them. So I've always said, like, she has a friend in me when she wants it.
So you're down to come back in the summer? Wait. It'd be filming soon.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys, do you see me? I'm like a little peacock.
Wait, what's going on?
No, because you guys, I
What
can't
month
forget.
is
Like, I don't know. I'm wearing a sweater. Like, I don't know. Are we in summer? Where are we? So you guys usually start like July 4th weekend, I feel like.
Yeah.
So you can't tell us if you know.
Yeah.
But if you are asked, you would go.
I think that I just want to kind of like see how the rest of the season plays out because surprisingly, there's still a lot of season left.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
Well,
the
a reunion. The reunion.
Everything.
With everything.
So
We'll see.
we will see.
Okay, before we get into a quick one game before you go.
Yes.
People are talking about aside from your gorgeous face, people are dying over your lips. Have you seen stuff like that on like TikTok? They're very like interested in what you're doing. It's like a different vibe, I guess, than people are used to.
On my lips?
Yeah.
I think today, unfortunately, I went back to the OG lip routine that I was doing.
I love your
so funny.
What are they talking about?
This is a controversial topic.
Like, is it like a Kylie Jenner thick lip liner situation?
I genuinely just use like Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, a platinum lipstick by Lawless, or I'll switch it up to like a Hot Gossip by Charlotte Tilbury liner. I mainly switch it up to either like the mauves or the browns tone. Everybody, it's either like you love them or you
love them or you hate them. But have you gotten them done or are they your lips?
No, they're my lips. I've never gotten any plastic surgery. No Botox, no filler.
No Botox?
No.
Go like this. All right. Will you?
I am wearing a really tight pony today. No, I don't think. I feel like I've just seen my mom and my Nana and everybody age so gracefully.
And your mom hasn't gotten anything.
No.
Well, you have amazing skin and you're so young. You're 27.
Yeah.
You don't need anything.
Yeah. I'm just like, look who knows? Maybe one day I'll change my mind and then I would gladly tell every single person every little detail that I
Yeah, because you would get asked.
Yeah, I'm not a gatekeeper.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to play one game. Swipe right or left on these Bravo boys.
Okay.
Shep from Southern Charm.
Left because he's dated. He was with Sienna and a bunch of other girls. I feel like any guy that, we'll continue because I feel like it's going to be like a lot of lefts.
Oh, okay. Austin from
left. He dated Sierra and.
Oh, right. Yeah. That would be bad. Okay. Craig.
Left. He dated Paige.
Okay. Thomas Sandoval. Left. Schwartz. He's having such a cute moment, though. Okay.
He is. I'm sorry. I just feel like anybody that's dated a girl, especially in like this.
Why? You're scared to go there.
No, it's not that I'm scared to go there. They just immediately are just like a brother to me.
Oh,
like in my brain, if you've dated anyone that I know or I might know or a friend of a friend or whatever, I'm just like,
Okay.
You're immediately like a rat.
So Carl, no, because of Lindsay. West.
No, because Sierra.
But what if West, would West be somebody you would get a drink with if you didn't meet him on Summer House?
I mean, he has good style. I think everybody sees that, but probably not.
Probably not.
I'm so
Emerald.
Left.
Poor Emerald.
I know. He's so sweet.
Just getting like cut out of everywhere.
He is a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Which sucks for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Does any Bravo guy ever have a chance?
I'm trying to think of one. Not that I know of.
Yeah.
And I think honestly.
Better.
Yeah.
So what kind of guy are you looking for? Are you single? Are you dating?
I'm dating.
Like
in general.
One person?
I am just dating.
Yeah.
I think what I'm looking for is just somebody that's driven, somebody that has their own thing going on.
Yeah.
So that they don't need to see me 24/7. Somebody that is funny. Somebody that's really silly because I love being just silly and lighthearted. I feel like life is so hectic and heavy sometimes. It's just important to have your person be a lightweight.
Yeah.
Somebody that's close to their family. Wants to be close to my family, of course. And I want to be close to their family.
Yeah.
I just grew up with like my dad even like getting lunch with my mom's parents when my mom isn't even there. So I just have that mindset from how I was raised.
Are you into like older, your age?
I would go maybe like 25.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 years younger than me. That's how old some of my exes are.
Oh, right.
And then maybe.
And your exes seem like they're very like know how to love a lady, Like, I mean, Brooklyn is already married. I feel like are you that type of person? Like, would you get married if you found your person now?
Yeah, 100%.
You would, huh?
100%.
Yeah.
I think that, I can't wait to be married one day and just like have my person and be so happy and have kids. And
You're such a cutie. Lexi Wood, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're the sweetest.
Thank you.
Nobody ever heard her again, okay? Or you'll deal with me.